everybody, welcome back and Happy New Year! So I'm starting this year a little bit slow because of, all of the Christmas builds that I have been doing lately. I felt the need to build something a little more small, and also I kind of felt the need to build in summer and to have something summery and cheerful and colorful, and I don't know, I just felt like I'm getting a little depressed, by all the darkness and just seeing plain white, which is beautiful, obviously, but still, I kind of felt the need to make everything a little more like colorful and cheerful, So yeah, I am building a tiny house in Windenburg. So I'm kind of going back to my roots here and back to my comfort zone. Windenburg's definitely like my favorite world in The Sims, and it's just, it's so beautiful and so lush, especially in summer. It's lovely and it has like all the water, and this is such a beautiful lot too. And so I found an inspiration picture for this build, which I will pop on the screen right now. And it's just the exterior and just like the front of the build. And I found that would be kind of perfect to build like a tiny house. And one thing especially that kind of spoke to me from this inspiration picture was the landscaping. And well, you don't really see that much of it, but it is like what you see is very lush and very like there's a lot. So I just kind of let loose here. So I really just like let myself go, and the landscaping is everything for me here. I mean, it is a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but I absolutely love it. Like, it's just, well, it's everywhere, the landscaping is everywhere. There's like bushes and flowers and everything is just colorful, and oh, and also this is a base game build. Totally forgot to say that. So I figured, since the base game has been free for a while now, I thought, it might make sense to build something just base game. So I haven't actually done that since the base game has been free, and I have wanted to, but I don't know, I have been busy building like movie referenced kind of builds, so and that's kind of difficult to do that just base game. So so I kind of felt like that's the perfect opportunity to do that. And I will say, like, it is not easy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it is a bit like tricky for me to build just base game because you are very limited. It's also like you have a filter and you have the filter on, and then if you want to copy an item, you just copy the item, and then the filter will be gone. So that actually happened to me while landscaping, which I'm doing now. And so I think I copied one of the stones before or something like that, one of the little rocks, and you already can see like the filter isn't on. So I have Island Living in there, I have the romantic garden stuff pack in there and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't realize it at first. So I already started, and I'm using those flowers, which I always use for landscaping, the ones that came with the romantic garden stuff pack, and I know that they come with that pack, but I just didn't realize it. I was just like too in love with the landscaping, and so I will realize that in a second, and then I will just like get rid of all the non-base game plants, which luckily wasn't that much. Like, I think there was like one of the bushes was cats and dogs, and then the romantic garden flowers, and the very lush like bush that came with Island Living. That's it, I think. So I get rid of that, and then I just go back into debug and search for some like more more bushes and all that. I wanted everything to look really like bushy and really colorful and cheerful. That's just kind of what I was going for. And I wanted it to look like, it's growing wild, but still it's like a flower garden kind of, it looks like a romantic secret garden kind of, and you wouldn't really be able to walk in there because it's so much. That's kind of what I was going for. So now I'm just getting rid of everything. And I did exchange the romantic garden flowers with sunflowers actually, and I think that works pretty well as well. So I was just going for a lot of color. The only color I didn't use was red because I kind of felt like it didn't really go with the, I don't know why actually. I used everything else. I used pink, a lighter and a darker pink. I used orange. I used yellow. I used blue, like in the flowers, and purple as well. But for the red, I don't know. It didn't really go with it. I don't know why. It just it didn't speak to me, you know? So yeah. So yeah, the landscaping did take me a while, but it was so much fun. Like I really enjoyed building this. This was like a breeze, you know, after all these like, because you know, I love building off of movie reference. I really love that. But it is quite tedious because I am quite tedious. That's why, you know, I'm just a perfectionist and I go back and check every scene and like check for details and all that kind of stuff. And it just takes forever, you know, and this build is, it's just, you know, it's just like, I saw the reference picture, you know, the exterior was done fairly quickly, and then, you know, you just kind of wing it and you just go with your feeling, your gut kind of, and that's just fun, you know, it's just, yeah, it's just a breeze. So, yeah, that's the landscaping pretty much done. I decided there was the need for some trees there, and I used this beautiful tree that we got with an, it came with a base game update that we got sometime a while ago. It came like around Cottage Living, I think, and it has these beautiful lanterns. I think they look like, what are they called? I don't know, like some sort of nut, I don't know. They look so cute, and it's I think they're lit up green, and then it has like a string light around the stem of the tree, and it's just gorgeous. I absolutely love that tree. It's so, like, we have some items that came with base game updates that are just absolutely wonderful, like beautiful. Also in CAS, in like hair and stuff like that, you know, and some outfits that we get with base game updates, and I think that's just absolutely beautiful. So so yeah, I think it's great that they made the base game free now. It's well, yeah, it's accessible for everyone, and I think that's awesome. So yeah, now we're on to the interior, and technically this is a house that's suitable for 2 sims. The cinematic shots I only made like with 1 sim, but there could be 2, like the bed should be totally functional for 2 sims. And I had a bit of a hard time figuring out the layout here. I wasn't really happy with it in the beginning because I don't know, I wanted it to be very colorful on the inside as well. And I do find with base game, especially when it comes to wallpaper or I don't know, like swatches in general, they are a bit, I mean, they are very muted. And I did say that before. I think it's kind of like a thing in general that goes for the game. The colors are a little bit muted. They're not very vibrant, in my opinion. It is partly because of my reshade preset, but still, I mean, if anything, it actually should like make the colors a little more vibrant. Anyway, so I wish we had more just more color in base game. So I changed up the wallpaper, and I used this one, the blue one, which I absolutely love. I think this pattern is so pretty. In this swatch, this wallpaper has like the default swatch is like a brownish, brown and white kind of swatch, and it has a very stark contrast. And I think that's a lot, you know, it's a bit out there. So I'm not using that often, but this swatch is so pretty. It's very subtle, and the color is just gorgeous. You know, this pale kind of blue, pastel-y blue kind of color. And yeah, so I did try to make everything more colorful, and I had a hard time doing that in the beginning, but then I started putting pictures everywhere on the wall, well, basically everywhere, and flowers, you know, and plants and all sorts of clutter, and that helped. Like, that definitely made everything a little more like, well, interesting, you know, and just a little spiced it up a little, you know. And yeah, because it was a bit plain for my liking anyway. So Yeah, and obviously, you know, the sim that would live there with this landscaping, you would think that they would be a little bit like into, I don't know, colorful interior as well, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's kind of limited to go with just base game in terms of clutter. You just don't have a lot. But also, you know, it's kind of cool because I don't know, you just have your things that you can choose from, and sometimes, for me anyway, I find it a bit overwhelming, especially with clutter, and especially if you're like going through the catalog for like the millionth time and you I don't know, you're just so over it, you know, you're just like, and you're looking for this one item and you just can't find it. And it's just so much easier if you're just having the base game. So yeah, I'm just saying that because, you know, if you really just have the base game and you can't afford to get like all these expansion packs, which is a lot, like they are expensive, and I get that, like I wasn't able to buy them myself, like most of them, for a long time. So if you are like that, that's really like a good thing, you know. If you're a builder and you're just gonna have a much easier time building and just finding stuff, you know. And obviously I know it might get a bit boring after a while, but still, yeah, I think there is definitely a plus side, you know, to just having base game, or an upside. That's how you say it, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, I was actually thinking of doing a video about like my favorite expansion packs, or like favorite packs in general, like making one about expansion packs, then one about game packs, one about stuff packs, maybe also one about kits. I don't know, just, you know, because I feel like if you want to get some, there are some that are better than others, you know. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in that, because I was debating whether or not I should do it. There's already like 100 videos like that out there, but you know, everybody has kind of like a different viewpoint on things, so I thought it might be interesting. So let me know if you would be interested in seeing that. Yeah, so here you can see everything's starting to look a lot more colorful, which is weird because it's just paintings, you know, it's just the pictures on the walls, but that helped a lot. Like, and plants and all that, you know, it made everything just more vibrant, just more interesting, I think. So yeah, but I didn't really think it would help that much. But in my opinion, everything looks much more like colorful and cheerful after like placing the paintings and the what's that word? The plants. And yeah, and curtains and all that. And also in the beginning, I was going with just like one color scheme, you know, it's just like blue. And that's always, I mean, it makes sense because it looks good, you know, colors matching looks good. But in the end, it is, for me, for my liking anyway, it is a bit plain, you know, and it will be a bit boring for me. So in order to make a build more interesting and more, well, for me, it looks more homey, more inviting, you should try and mix colors, you know. And yeah, you will easily find colors that go together very well, you know, like blue and green is a great combo. Even the bedding has blue and green in it. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm even showing you the bathroom here, which I never usually do, but this is just a very small bathroom, so I thought I might also like, I might as well include it. So yeah, that's that, and it's not very interesting, it's just a bathroom, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I will just go out and do like some exterior lighting, and oh yeah, I did include like a bunch of paintings in the bathroom as well, because I did want to make it a little more interesting. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, just to make it a little more interesting. And that's already it for this build. So thank you guys so much for watching. I very much hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!